I'm about to play a small section of this track that was produced using these headphones right here. These are the Sennheiser HD600s. I'm going to play about 10 seconds of this epic, amazing track, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about it and talk about why this is such a big deal. Let's go ahead and take a listen. I'm not going to play the drop, but if you want, you should go ahead and look it up. It's Wayfarer by Audion. And the reason this is a big deal is because he actually produced, mixed, and mastered this track, which is one of the greatest tracks of all time, in my opinion, using these headphones. And this track is really special because Audion was really kind of the pioneer when it came to the Trance 2.0 genre of music. And this was around like 2013, and a lot of stuff on Anjuna Beats really started to have this sound. I don't know how long it lasted, but off the top of my head, like Elon Bluestone kind of developed this sound where it's these really big super saws, like these pads, these super saws that were just super epic and like just amazing chord progressions, very melodic, and he really pioneered the sound. And I'm going to post the interview in the description below where he talks about how he produced this track and how he primarily used these headphones to produce them. I think he mentions that he maybe checked some bass on some monitor speakers, but he talks about how he, produced these. He was living in an apartment with his brother, and he just didn't have the luxury to be able to use monitor headphones because, in an apartment, you can't really be blasting monitor speakers all day if you've got neighbors. And so he was using these headphones. And the reason I want to talk about this is because if you are thinking that you are, you're not getting those professional level tracks that you want, and you're like me back in the day where you think, I just need to get the best speakers. And if I get the best speakers and I get the best plugins or whatever, that's when I'm going to be able to make professional level music. Well, trust me, that's not the case. Back in the day, I bought $8,000 speakers. I got some Genelecs and I set them up, and lo and behold, a few months went by and my mixes just weren't that much better, And so I ended up selling them and whatever. That's not to say that better gear doesn't help. Of course, if you were in like the best studio ever and you got amazing speakers, it's going to help having those, but most of it actually comes down to your skill level and developing your ear. Another mix engineer who's a great example, a professional, highly paid mix engineer, is Andrew Sheps, who has talked about how he has mixed on just a $99 pair of Sony, the MDR 7506s. Now, this is a guy who makes a living and is a pro mix engineer, and he's using $99 pair of headphones. I think he talks about how he was traveling and he's just mixed on them, and he thought he would have to make adjustments when he got back to his home studio, but lo and behold, he plays mix on his studio on his speakers, and the mix is actually held up just fine. And so the point I really want to make with this is that it's really all about your skill level. Some of the best tracks of all time have been produced on headphones and very minimal gear. So if you are someone who just doesn't have a lot of money to spend on this stuff, maybe you're younger, you're in college, money is tight, just don't be discouraged. Just do what you can with the gear that you have. Save up, do your research on stuff that can get you a long way for the amount of money you spend. These Sennheiser HD600s, I don't know, I think new they go for like $300 or something like that. For me personally, I'm a big fan of getting really good at working with headphones. And then later on, once you have the money, once you have a place that you're going to live long term, then invest in monitor speakers, because what goes along with monitor speakers is you're also going to have to get acoustic treatment, which can cost a lot of money. And depending on the size of speaker you get, you're probably going to need a sub, whereas headphones, with the great headphones, you can hear all the way down to those sub frequencies, and you can get really good mixing and mastering, like producing on headphones, and they can really, really take you a long way. Not only was this audio interview that I'm posting below huge for me when I saw this, it was like a weight off my shoulders. It's like, oh, it's not the gear, it's me. When I learned that it's not the gear, it's me, it was like a weight off my shoulders, because it really meant that all I had to do was just work on getting better. And it's really kind of like a paradigm shift for me. And so I just want to make this video for those of you out there who are thinking that better gear or more plugins is the answer. It's really not, okay? And so I just wanted to make this, and go ahead and check out the interview. You'll learn a lot from it. It's a little bit of an old interview, but there's a lot of stuff that you will take away from it. I know I learned a lot. I'll also watch it every now and then. I'll rewatch these interviews, and I like to pick up little pieces of advice here and there from like some of the best EDM producers who are out there. So post that below. And if you've made it this far and you do want to get good at this stuff, you want to really learn everything you need to know about mixing and mastering, you want to have some mentorship, join my private Discord group, and really get good at this stuff fast, then look in the description below and book a Zoom call with me, and we'll see about getting you enrolled in my course and community, Mix Immersions. Okay, guys, I just wanted to make this quick video and talk about that. I will see you guys again next time. All right, see ya.